What you do in life echoes in eternity.
You are going to incur a lot of disappointment, a lot of failure, a lot of pain, a lot of setbacks, a lot of defeats. But in the process of doing that, you will discover some things about yourself that you don't know right now. What you will realize is that you have greatness within you.
It's very important that you engage in an ongoing process to develop you.
Where all you want to do is be successful, as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful.
And if that doesn't work, try something else. If that doesn't work, try something else. Keep going with massive action.
You are listening to Thought Food.
Hey, it's your girl Becky Kisoon. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. This is your daily source for personal and spiritual development. These messages are from Daily Meditation. You can find them here Monday through Friday by 6 a.m. EST. This episode is entitled, How to Be Productive When You're Feeling Sad. Jessica Gimeno was a speaker on Tedx Talks, and she gives 3 keys that helped her fight sadness and be productive. She fights 5 illnesses daily: bipolar 2, polycystic ovarian syndrome, asthma, psoriasis, and a neuromuscular autoimmune disease. She deals with certain parts of her body going numb at random times. I thought these were really cool techniques to share with you guys today. I know that motivation is amazing and inspiration is amazing, but I also know that in life you are bound to go through trials and tribulations more often than not. And it's just how you deal with them when they come that matters. I understand that you're going to go through grief at one point in your life. I understand that things are not always going to go your way, and you can fall into sadness. Every single person faces this at one point in their life. Do you have a plan for the next time that you're feeling sad? Feeling sad can be as debilitating as a physical limitation. It leads to falling behind sometimes, and falling behind leads to depression. Jessica Gimeno talks about 3 keys to be productive when you're feeling sad: proactiveness, urgency, and difficulty. When you feel that you're getting depressed, she says, try to spring into action right away. So, exercise releases endorphins that help you fight stress and sadness. When you are feeling sad, you will not feel like working out. But this is even more reason to work out. In order to make a plan to be proactive, you need to know your symptoms of sadness and the strategies that work for you. No one is exactly alike. Some people, when they're depressed, they lose their appetite. Some people eat more. Some people can't move or function regularly. Some sleep too much. Some have insomnia. Some have loud bursts of anger. Some are too sad to get angry. You have to know yourself. What are your symptoms when you're not feeling emotionally well? What do you do? In addition to knowing your symptoms, you need to identify now what strategies work for you. Is it scheduling a date with your friends? Is it Bible studies? Is it playing your favorite music? Is it going to the gym? What has worked for you in the past? Listening to motivational audios or videos, calling a mentor, a therapist, a coach, talking to God, going to your faith, family, friends, reading. For me, I use a variety of the things. I'll look up motivational videos. I will 150% talk to God. I will look at the reality of the situation and not what I wish to be. I always say that when we're feeling sad, usually we're thinking about what we wish to be versus the reality. When you look at the reality, you realize that the only way to get over this is to accept the reality and to move forward from there. I feel like most of the time when we're sad, we're kind of dwelling on the past, dwelling on something that we can't change by just dwelling on it. And I feel like when you face reality and not what you wish to be, you start to work towards change and finding solutions. Identify what strategies work for you now. So next time when you see your symptoms, you can spring into action instead of staying in that place. Know your symptoms and diagnose yourself. Some people's symptoms, they sleep all day. If you work at home, maybe they didn't get themselves together, they didn't brush their teeth, they didn't do their hair, or maybe if they did go to work, they didn't do their hair, they didn't get dressed like how they usually get dressed. Maybe you didn't eat that day, or maybe you overate, or maybe you ate some foods that you usually don't eat, but you didn't care because of your emotional well-being. And in addition to being proactive, we need to understand urgency. So number 1 is be proactive. Number 2 is urgency. Urgency is about drowning out the loud noise and focusing on what is the most important. She talks about how our priorities get screwed up when we do what feels best because we're not feeling emotionally well, we're sad, and our priorities get pushed to the wayside. Urgency is understanding what is most important and most pressing. When you are emotionally sad, you usually tend to ignore everything that you need to get done and you focus on the things that feel good to do. Urgency is about being able to focus on the most pressing things that you have to get done and saying no to things that are not essential. It is essential to meet your work deadline. Letting time pass by as you stare at your phone, watch movies, or have conversations is not a priority. Oh yeah, and all of the busy work like baking brownies for everyone at work because you said you were, that is not a priority. During these times, saying yes to everything can stress you even more. So make sure that you're okay with saying no. Put yourself first. Getting stuff done when you are emotionally sad is about understanding the difficulty of the task on your to-do list and putting the ones that are the most pressing first. Think about what has gotten you to feel better in the past. Maybe exercise. But maybe at your time of being emotionally sad, you are too sad to exercise for 30 minutes. You're too emotionally out of it to exercise for 30 minutes. Why not work out for 10 minutes? Why not make it the challenge just to walk inside of the gym? Hey, my challenge for today is just to walk inside of the gym. And you will see when you go to just walk inside of the gym, or if you make it up in your mind to work out for just 10 minutes, once you start doing it, once you get there, or once you begin to work out, you'll get into motion and your emotions will start to change. And you'll either work out longer in that session or defeat that feeling the next time. So remember to be productive when you're feeling sad. Proactiveness, urgency, and difficulty. Proactiveness, fight, get into action, do the things that make you feel better. Do not dwell in that place. Be proactive by knowing what your symptoms are and knowing what has worked for you in the past. 2, urgency. Remember what your priorities are and focus on what your priorities are. Drown out all of the noise and everything that's not important and focus on the most important, essential task that you have to get done. 3, difficulty. Understanding the difficulty of the task on your to-do list and putting the ones that are the most pressing first. Jessica Gimeno says as she closes her Tedx Talk with her 3 essential keys to being productive when you're sad, she says that some days this will not work. And I say, do not give up the fight. I say that it is a constant fight to be emotionally strong. And I pray that you never let what you're going through defeat you. I say that you never accept sadness as your reality and you decide to fight it, to be proactive. I remember I was going through a breakup and I called my childhood pastor and she said, baby, begin to think about what you are thankful for. And whenever you start crying or whenever you're sad, put on worship music, the happy kind, and sing with a smile on your face. Begin to dance and jump around if you can, and eventually you will shift your mind. Do what you must to stop your mind from dwelling in that place, baby. She said, girl, the devil hates when you worship when you're sad, because he wants you to be in that place of sadness. He don't want you to be happy. Well, that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Today is going to be an amazing day. You are going to kick butt today. You are going to dominate today. You are going to be on beast mode today because you are amazeballs. If this message impacted you in any way, please share it with someone today. Until next time, peace.